Alright guys, so this is a new unit we're going to be covering. We're going to be talking about surface area. For some of you this may be a review, for some of us this is a brand new topic. So the first thing we're going to be looking at is what is a face. So a face is any surface of a 3D figure which includes our bases. So when I have a 3D shape, let's say I have this little cube right here. Well, it's not a cube, I'm sorry. A rectangular prism. This side right here is called a face. This is a face. This is a face. This is another face. All these are faces. All the surfaces are called faces. Then we have our bases. So if I have a rectangular prism, the base is a rectangle. We'll describe and name that shape. So this would be a rectangular prism. A prism has two bases that are parallel so they don't touch. So this face right here and this face right here, if I were to draw a line and they go on and on forever, they would never touch. If these two were my bases and I were to make them go straight forever, they would never touch. They'd go on forever and they would stay parallel. So our two bases, when we have a prism, do not touch and they stay parallel forever. Another vocabulary word is going to be vertex. So vertex is the corner of a 3D shape. So when I'm looking at this, my vertex would be this corner, or this corner, this corner, this corner. On the other side would be this corner, this corner, this corner, this corner. All those points are the corners or my vertexes. If I had a pyramid, like I have this shape right here, my vertex would be this point. This would be a vertex. This would be a vertex, vertex, and another vertex. So all those corners of my 3D shapes are called a vertex. And then last vocabulary word is an edge. An edge is that line segment that joins my faces. So right here I have the side that's a rectangle, this face. Then I have this face is another rectangle. So this edge right here that connects those two faces, that's called the edge. It's this little line that's connecting the two faces. So let's say I had this small face right here, this small rectangle, and then this longer rectangle. This line right here that's connecting them, this is called the edge. All right, so there's a bunch of different vocabulary words that we have to learn as we move forward, going from 7th to 8th grade. And going from 8th grade into some algebra. All right. So those are our vocabulary words before we even start looking at what surface area is. And before I even want to work on surface area, the things I want to talk about are the names of the different shapes that you might see. All right. So let's go ahead and go down on this page. So I have two examples. I have a prism. So a prism, no matter what kind of prism it is, will always have rectangular faces that connect my two bases. So if I said this was my base and I say this was my base, it's going to be connected by all of these rectangles connecting those two bases. Let's say I had a triangular prism. I have a triangle on this side. I would have a triangle on this side, and the rectangles would be connecting it. So a prism always has rectangular faces that connect the two bases. When I have a pyramid has triangular faces that connect them to a point. So I'll have the triangle here, here, and here, but my base is going to be a rectangle. So this would be a rectangular pyramid. And I know it's a pyramid because it has these triangular faces that connect at a single point. Okay, so we have prisms and we have pyramids. So let's go back to looking at prisms. There's a bunch of different types of prisms that we'll see. So if I look at these models that I've drawn, I have this prism where all the faces are the same. That means all the surfaces are the same shape. They're all squares. And the special way that we call a rectangular prism that's all squares, we call it a cube. This shape in the middle is a rectangular prism because all the faces are rectangles. Those rectangles, no matter which side I look at, which surface I look at, it's going to be a rectangle. And then the last one is a triangular prism. So I have a triangle right here. This is my base. I have another triangle in the back, and they're connected by rectangles. So 1, 2, 3 rectangles going around. So a prism, remember, it's got that face, and it's connected by rectangles. So I have a face, and it's connected with rectangles. I have my face, and it's connected with rectangles. So a prism is always got the two bases that are connected by the rectangular faces. All right? A little bit tricky, but let's keep on moving. The next one we're going to look at is a pyramid. So we have two kinds of pyramids that we're going to focus on. We have rectangular pyramids and triangular pyramids. So the model that I had right here was a rectangular pyramid because I had a rectangle cut out on the bottom. So I know it's rectangular because the base is a rectangle. And each one of those sides coming up is going to be a different triangle, all meeting, connecting at a single point. When I have a triangular pyramid, what's my base going to be? Yep, it's going to be a triangle. Because a triangular pyramid, it's in the name, it tells me my base is a triangle. And then since it's a pyramid, I have a bunch of other triangles coming together at a single point, connecting it. So when I'm looking at surface area, I want to make sure I know all the different kinds of 3D shapes I'm going to encounter, whether they're prisms or if they're pyramids. And then I want to know all the characteristics so I can find the area of each one of those surfaces. So now let's go ahead and look at our work coming up to see if we can identify all the different 3D shapes that we'll encounter.